man, Woody likes the crooked cock.
It's work, but it sounds like you wake up every morning and you're like, dude, I'm doing cool shit right now. This is what it's the job I wish I had.
When we diagnosed Drifter and we found his pituitary adenoma, like that shit is so rewarding to me. Like being able to be the guy who like found that for him when he's gone years of not knowing what's wrong with him. Like that kind of stuff is like, I'm doing the right thing. Not only can I make money doing it, but like we're fucking helping people too.
Like sure. I've dealt with doctors before, like that didn't know their fucking ass from a hole in the ground. Like I've told this story before. I had syphilis years ago, and they couldn't figure out what the fuck I had. Like I had the skin was peeling off my goddamn palms, and they were putting me on prednisone, which really fucked my whole world up. Like all sorts of awful symptoms from prednisone, side effects from prednisone, and it wasn't even like an effective treatment. I need a shot of penicillin in my ass. That's
prednisone?
Prednisone is a steroid, but but the kind that makes you strong.
It's like a corticosteroid.
Yeah, it's anti-inflammatory.
Not the kind you want.
No. And it's remember in Sopranos when she was getting diarrhea because she was ratting Christopher out to the feds. Yeah. And they were like, yeah, we're going to put you on prednisone. It has some side effects, though. Could cause something we like to call moon face. And she's like, she's about to go get married. And it's like, yeah. They had me on these like heavy doses of prednisone for a goddamn month, fucking up my like mental state. I was all depressed, like fucking crying and shit. Meanwhile, like we didn't solve the fucking debacle. Mm-hmm. No doctor ever figured it out. I went on WebMD. All right. Everybody's like, don't go on WebMD and like come up with a bunch of crazy ideas. I went on WebMD and I was like, this is syphilis. I got fucking syphilis.
Yeah. I'm 6 months from being Al Capone pretending to fish.
Yeah. I literally ordered a syphilis test off the internet, fucking like pricked my thumb, pissed in a cup, sent it back to them by mail order. They're like, yep, you got the syphilis. And like, I go to my doctor and like my regular doctor, and I'm like, I've got syphilis. That lady you sent me to has had me on prednisone for like 6 fucking weeks. I'm all fucked up. I want some penicillin in my ass right now. And he's like, yeah, God, sorry about that. And like immediately like cures my fucking syphilis. Yeah. Meanwhile, like we get my blood work and Derek looks at it and my TSH levels are like real fucked up. And he's like, it's a thyroid thing, right?
Thyroid stimulating hormone. So it's like what would tell you how much T4 to create. So it's kind of like, it's basically like telling your body has a feedback loop where it's like the TSH goes up if you need to produce more thyroid hormones. So it's kind of like signaling to your body, like make more thyroid. But it's like a signal that if it's too high, it means your thyroid is stressed out basically because you're like not producing enough hormones. So your body's like increasing the signal, like you need to make more, like stimulating to make more hormone, thyroid stimulating hormone. So it's like,
I'm off the top of my head, the reference range is like 5 to 7 or something like that, and mine was like 19 or something, like crazy stupid high. And I'm doing my WebMD work again, and it's like pituitary tumor, and I'm like, oh God, no. And Derek's like, let's try some selenium. I'm just like, really, a $12 bottle of pills? Because I think I need a CAT scan. But I took selenium for like a month or 2, 3 months or something like that. And the next time we did blood work, it's like TSH is like right back within the like realm of like safe, healthy levels. I was so happy. So happy.
Yeah, so he was getting the iodine from his diet for the diet we created, as well as the selenium in, which ultimately is what took a lot of burden off. Like that's an example of your micronutrient intake being critical, because a lot of people won't realize that shit, and they'll be like selenium deficient or whatever, and then before they know it, they're like have a hard time losing weight because they're like borderline hypothyroid and they don't know why. Like basic shit like that can be overlooked.
Yeah.
What does selenium do? Like
part of it is it helps like convert T4 to the active thyroid hormone T3, and it helps with a lot of other functions in the body, but mainly from a thyroid perspective, it's like the active component of like conversion to the actual free form T3 that is going to be, it's kind of dictating your metabolism to a certain extent. So if you have low thyroid hormone output, you have a really fucking hard time losing fat, even if you're like dieting as aggressively as like the next guy and he's getting way better results than you. If you're hypothyroid, you could just have a very difficult time losing weight because your metabolism's like literally slower than the average person.
And what foods do you get selenium in?
I think like some nuts have pretty dense quantities of selenium. Eggs are good. Those are like the best ones off the top of my head. But
Amazon will sell you a bottle of the shit for $12.
Well, that's easier than eating, right?
Load Stack has a big dose of selenium in it.
I was about to say, like, like when I'm taking Load Stack, I cut the other selenium out of my supplementation, because I've always got to keep in mind, like, all right, there's a lot of shit in Load Stack. I got to be careful here. We're going to be taking way too much of something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was so glad that you figured that out, and because I literally thought I had a pituitary tumor. I remember telling Kitty, I was like, pretty sure I've got a tumor in my brain. Like, she's like,
what horrible luck.
Like, fucking God, I was super concerned about that. Like whenever I got that blood work back, that was worrying. But yeah, sorted that straight out.
I ended on that note. I love the wordplay.
That was the best shit I've ever heard.